The first $100,000 is the hardest money you'll ever make. And it has nothing to do with your salary, your boss, or how hard you work. It's hard for one simple reason: you don't have capital. Without capital, you're just a hamster on a wheel. All sweat, no leverage. You read about compound interest and dream of the snowball effect, but you forget one cruel fact: compound interest is useless if you don't have anything to compound. That first 100K is a war of attrition. You are working with muscle, not money. Every dollar is your sweat. You save $1,000, and then your car breaks down. You stash $500, and your kid needs braces. The world conspires to remind you that being poor is expensive. But here's the paradox no one tells you. The moment you cross that invisible line of $100,000, you feel the shift. The money starts pulling its weight. A 10% return is no longer a rounding error. It's $10,000. That's real money working for you while you sleep. This is the most important financial milestone of your life because it's the moment you stop being powerless. Let's be brutal. Labor alone will never make you rich. If it did, every coal miner would be a billionaire. Your sweat evaporates the moment it hits the floor. Wages aren't scalable, and time doesn't compound. You can work yourself to death and have nothing to show for it when the paychecks stop. Capital is different. Capital doesn't get tired. It doesn't ask for weekends off. It just sits there quietly multiplying if you don't screw it up. So how do you get there? It's not about brilliance. It's about being stubborn and avoiding stupidity. The fastest way to stay poor is to raise your lifestyle every time you get a raise. You don't need a PhD to understand this. If you spend everything you make, you'll never build capital. Forget the fancy car and the vacation you deserve. Real progress is invisible. It's the growing balance you don't touch. Wealth is built on discipline, not indulgence. The climb to $100,000 is hell because it tests your patience. The returns in the beginning are insulting. You might get a few $100s back a year. It feels meaningless. And that's why most people quit. They strangle compounding before it ever has a chance. Debt is the enemy. It's the opposite of compounding. Instead of your money working for you, you're working for the bank relentlessly. The climb to $100,000 is hell because it tests your patience. The returns in the beginning are insulting. You might get a few $100s back a year. It feels meaningless. And that's why most people quit. They strangle compounding before it ever has a chance. But if you can endure the boredom, if you can stomach the years where it feels like nothing is happening, everything changes. One day you'll look at your statements and see your capital earned more than you saved from your paycheck. That's the tipping point. That's when the game flips. So here's the conclusion. Get the first $100,000 by any honest means necessary. Cut expenses, increase income, ignore the noise, just get it. Because until you do, you're not even in the game. And if you're not spending less than you earn, I can't help you. Nobody can.